I feel like I'm getting a little bit more used to it.
You are.
This bike will lug and it'll ride fast.
Yeah.
On the pipe.
You're gonna love it then. That sounds like you. Have you changed the maps at all or no?
I'm just riding in the mellow one right now, and then
yeah,
I've changed it.
Ride on, Jewel. Let your spirit be free with the wind at your back.
Hey, I told you I knew where I was.
Sing loud, Jewel. Let your heart be your guide in the depths of the thunder. It's your rant and your ride.
Okay. So Ryan got a new dirt bike today. We got a Husky FX350. And it's not dual sported yet. It's the cross-country model, so he didn't want to wait and get it dual sported because they had to order parts because they ran out of some of the parts. So, you know, a brand new bike, he was jonesing to get out and ride it, so before he has to take it to the shop for them to dual sport it. So we may attempt to get over to Yerington, but like I said, depends on how good my wrist does. That's a Husky. That's a Husky. Okay, well, I video and I get distracted, so I'm not talking, but like I said, Brian's filling out his new Husqvarna. I got my visor fixed on my helmet. Holy smokes, what a difference. I mean, I don't know how anybody, can ride with this helmet with the visor in the stock position, because it catches the wind and tries to rip your head off. And as soon as you move it down an inch, probably an inch and an eighth, an inch and a quarter, you bring it forward, and it stops that. I mean, it cuts right through the wind. I don't know what motorcycle helmet companies do to aerodynamic their helmets, but they're not doing it right. Because, like, this helmet's fine in the wind if you drop the visor an inch and an eighth, inch and a quarter. But if you have it up there in the stock position, it tries to rip your head off. I mean, like I said, you know, I came down here yesterday, and my wrist, it does feel a little bit better than it did yesterday. Every day, you know, you make it a little bit sore, the next day it feels a little bit better. Hopefully I can make it to Yerington. I mean, I believe I can, but, you know, there's some pretty rough sections we have to go through. Not super rough, not like single track. Did wash my bike today, but it'll be all dirty. You know, I washed it so I could get it dirty. It'll be more dirty because I'm chasing Ryan, so I'll be in this dust cloud. Yep. But he's got this same helmet. I'll have to see what he thinks. He bought it after I told him my faceplant story, so. So, show him my visor mod. He might change it up a little bit. I put a wing nut on top of mine, but they also make little acorn nuts, so it'll make it a cleaner look than a wing nut. I had a wing nut on it so I could move it to my other bell helmets if I needed to. This bike is uncorked though, right? The street version, this one was all plugged up with smog stuff. He's like, I think they put race gas in it. I'm like, yeah, because it's fast. Probably did put race gas in. They probably did. That's what I used to run in my Husky 501 race gas all the time. It was expensive back in those days, but it was about the same price as their gas is now for race gas back then. Maybe a little more for race gas, but 26?
What?
I'm just checking that block back there.
I think it's those Tuscans.
Huh?
I don't like those Tuscans.
I know. It was the Tusk one.
Stop. I've never used anything but the stop.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting a little bit more used to it.
You are.
Yeah, this bike will lug and it'll ride fast
Yeah.
on the pipe.
You're going to love it then. That sounds like you. Have you changed the maps at all or no?
I'm just riding in the mellow one right now, and then
Yeah.
yeah, I've changed them. I haven't tried the quick shifter. I had launch control.
Yeah, I think you're going to love it. You're just going to dial in the suspension and that, and then you'll be good to
I
go.
like the bars roll back into here.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. They look like they're... All right.
Well, and then I don't know. He's got my. Alright, let's do this. Where are we at? Are we on the Smith Valley?
Yeah, just stay on this road. There's one junction where it turns off, but you're going to cross railroad tracks up here. Sometimes there's a train, you just watch, right?
Heck, no, though, we don't have all day.
Choo-choo, choo-choo, on a choo-choo. Alrighty, well, we're about 2/3 or a little more to Yerington. This is the rough part of it. darn way. So we got 14, 15 more miles approximately. Okay. Let's see. What's that? 50? We got 14 left, or $50. We did 50 miles. He'll get this thing all furkled up and powerhouse thing go a million miles an hour. Nothing, I'm talking to the camera. I'm telling everybody what you're going to do to your bike. I'm telling everybody what you're going to do to your bike. Everything. What, are they dirty?
Oh, yeah. I'll destroy it one ride. Like, look at the other side.
Okay, well,
Riders through there.
I really believe this is the first time I've ever seen Ryan get anything on his plastics. Yeah.
It's a little curvy in that area.
That's what I say about my women. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that off the video. What's that? I know. All right, so 62 miles. Okay, well, about 70 miles a gallon. Alright, so leaving Yerington, and you know, of course, I got over 70 miles a gallon. Not ripping it, you know, trying to be safe. But got over Ryan used 1 gallon, so he got 62 miles per gallon. But his bike's a little weird on the fuel pickup. So he's got like a little over 2-gallon tank, but it's kind of weird. Only 1 gallon's real useful, and then you gotta stop and shake the bike around to get the gas. It's weird. So, you know, eventually he'll have that fixed. I think Tusk makes a pickup thing that you put in the tank. I think I'm really liking my counter shaft sprocket. The gearing is really nice. Is doing okay. You know, Yerington, and it feels a little bit better than it did even just going down Fort Churchill, so that's a good thing. Yet to go back home, right? I mean, it's sore. It's a little bit swollen when I took the glove off. Helmet visor, of course, is perfect again. All the difference in the world. My helmet's not trying to get ripped off my head. And anyway, we'll making it back to Dayton, Nevada. Took us a little longer than we expected to get over here, because, you know, we're both not riding as fast as we usually do. I'm babying a wrist, and he's breaking in a bike, so I think we'll try to pick up the speed a little bit on the way home, but it'll probably take us about 2.5 hours approximately. I really like the counter shaft sprocket. I mean, I don't really notice a difference at the moment on the low end, but and of course doesn't accelerate quite as fast, right? But it's a 350, so it didn't hugely accelerate before, but yeah, it makes it really nice for cruising. I got it shipped a little more than I did before. You know, because before you'd get up to 6th gear and then, you know, you'd be in the RPM range even at 45, 50, so now I gotta shift around a bit more. So Ryan bought me a Red Bull in Yerington, and you know, Red Bulls and Rockstars, they're okay. I like Rockstars better than Red Bulls, but both of those give me leg cramps. And the Celsius brand does not, so far. So I was going to buy myself a Celsius, and then he's like, I already bought your Red Bull. So right now, it's like, yeah, my legs are trying to do a little crampy thing. So, I mean, I don't do a lot of energy drinks just because of that. I noticed that Costco's energy drinks, they have potassium, they had something else in them. But they have potassium, and then they have, which I think potassium, right, is good for leg cramps. So Costco's brand has potassium and something else in it that the other ones don't have. And I did try the Costco ones, and they didn't give me any leg cramps. But anyway, like I said, when I'm riding with other people, I don't carry a conversation very well. I think Brian's gonna like this bike. He says that you can ride it slow and just kind of cruise. Of course, it has map switch and traction control and speed shifter. So that's really cool. Of course, I have the street version. I don't have any of that stuff. So, he said you can lug it along, and then when you get that thing up in RPMs, it takes off like a 450. So, after he gets all his sparkle and nice stuff on it, I think he's gonna love that bike. And it weighs less, right? It weighs 10 pounds less than this bike. Of course, he's got to get the dual sport stuff on it and his sparkle. Yeah, standing up doesn't feel that good yet. It puts a different angle on my wrist, which is kind of painful. It looks pretty good. White frame instead of a gray frame. Wow, nicely trimmed. But you can see on the steering head there, it shows you the map switches and traction control. He's been trying those, but I didn't ask him if he's been using the speed shifter. That's even nicer than what I'm doing, right? I gotta back off the gas a little bit to shift. And he took his Husqvarna, he took his Husqvarna TE 300 And now I lost my words, but he made it he street legalized it for and put street tires on it. So it's not a dirt bike anymore. Gee, I don't know why I lost the word for what that's called. But anyway, it's a 302-stroke street legal rocket canyon carver. Let's call it that, canyon carver. Until I get my words back and figure out what I'm trying to say. You know, I'll put it on text across the screen, since I can't pull it out of the air. Since I can't pull it out of my mind. But, I mean, I think that's cool. I think he kind of did that because he wasn't really super happy with how that thing handled in the dirt. He didn't think it handled that well, whether it was the suspension or whatever. As you know, I love how my gas handles in the desert. I wish it could go as far as the Husky. You know, because, okay, you want to come on that side? You know, I love the way it handles. It doesn't have any head shake, and it seems to stick real well. on our face again. Yeah. And that ride to Yerington was pretty good. Yes, my hand's sore. It'll feel good to get home. In Yerington, it was a little bit swollen when I took the glove off. So, I mean, you know, not like swollen, but you can see it was a little bit poofy. Pretty good ride. I think Brian's falling more and more in love with his bike. He said the suspension's starting to feel really good. He'll get it all dialed in. I think he's gonna love that bike. I mean, 2 strokes are cool, 2 strokes are fun, but yeah. Can't beat a lightweight 4-stroke for going through the desert. But I didn't really rant about anything today. Aren't you excited? Aren't you surprised I didn't rant today? I don't think I rant too much when I'm riding with other people, so. But, yeah, gee, what can I rant about? Call of Duty's, the game is getting insane. I haven't, it's like every day I play it, seems like I get worse. I can't last a minute or two in the game and I'm shot down, so, kind of weird. Seems like it gets worse all the time. They're supposed to be keeping cheaters out of it, but I don't know if that's really happening. I don't feel like it is. But still fun to play. You know, I get pretty upset sometimes just because My teammates are buying me back every couple minutes, if they have the money. It's like, okay. But like I said on yesterday's video, just, you know, coming down Fort Churchill and riding to Yerington and checking my tire pressures and making sure they were right, I can almost for sure tell you that I had a front flat tire when I was on the single track ride. Because, you know, the tires are feeling normal, they're hooking up front and back. They're not feeling weird, and I actually have a little bit more air pressure than I usually like to run, but, and they feel it, and it feels a little bit skatey, but, you know, it's a controlled, good skatey. It's not feeling weird. I know what pressure I have in the tires, and so I know what to expect with those tire pressures. So anyway, pretty sure, yeah, I was doing that ride single track with the flat front tire. I gotta remember to ask him about his speed shifter, how he's liking that. All right. Woo. Okay, Ryan, so you got a new Husky FX350, and how you liking that? After today?
Better for high speeds on the 350's.
Yeah.
It's a little stiff for my weight, but I think it'll play good.
Yeah, but you said it was softening up, right? Yeah. Okay. Because we got some video of you riding it, so, and it looks bad to the bone, and it sounds bad to the bone, and you got all those features. Oh, I wanted to ask you, how's the speed shift?
I didn't try that. The only thing I tried was traction control.
Oh.
I didn't really notice the difference.
Didn't notice? Okay.
So I'll try it maybe in the creek or not.
Okay. Alrighty. So we're signing off. Till next time. Next time it'll be all street legal and everything.